Hi, I'm Michael Sansolo, and welcome to Shopping with Michael. There are a couple of products in the supermarket that you buy all the time and you think they probably never change. Stuff like laundry soap and light bulbs. But believe it or not, both of those items have been changing radically over the past few years in ways that help you in the pocketbook and also do good for the environment. And we're also going to take a look at other steps that you can do to be a more environmentally friendly shopper, and they'll save you money in the long run. We'll be right back with that.
Who makes store brands? We hired a famous detective to find out. He snooped here, and he snooped there. And what he found was, in many cases, the same company that made the national brand made the store brands too. Wow! Then he found that many store brands are made by manufacturers who specialize in store brands, experts in working with retailers to give you great products at great savings. Wow! But most important, he found that store brands have to meet the same government standards as the national brands. What's the difference between store brands and national brands? Usually, only the price. Store brands. Be your own detective.
Welcome back. Laundry soap is probably one of those things none of us really think that much about. We use it all the time, but really, do we notice all the changes that have been going on? Well, actually, a lot has changed. There was a time all of us used powdered detergents. Then we switched to liquids, and you may remember that used to be a gigantic container with all kinds of gallons of water in it. Well, through the years, that's shifted. Today, laundry detergent is made in a much more concentrated fashion. Now, here's the good news. First of all, you don't have to pick up that gigantic container to bring it home, so it's easier to carry. And in fact, from an environmental perspective, it means less packaging. Shipping of the product through the entire system is a lot more efficient and a lot more environmentally friendly. But we don't really care about that. What we want is our clothing to get done properly at home. And this is where the latest changes that have been made in laundry soap really matter to you. Today we've got a lot of products like this. Now this is an HE detergent. You can always find those letters on it. With today's new washing machines, if you've gotten a washing machine in the last couple years, even the last decade, they are very different than they used to be. Believe it or not, a washing machine used to use somewhere around 40 gallons of water. Well, today's best machines are using between 11 and 15 gallons. We're talking 1/4 the amount of water. So the soaps we used to use, they would put too much suds for the kind of machine we have today. Our clothing would have the soap and suds in it, and we'd be walking around with that. These high efficiency detergents work with these low water machines so that you get the clothes nice and clean, but it's in a fashion that is much more efficient. The thing to remember is if your laundry machine, if your washer tells you you need HE, you must use HE. If you have an older washing machine and you use high efficiency, it will work for you. You just won't see as many suds as you did in the past, but it's going to work just fine. The other big change, though, that has happened in laundry soaps, and I'm sure we all see it, you get these packages that look like this. Inside of here, and again, this is a nice light package, easy to carry home, easy to store, but what we've got in here is what makes it so different. Laundry detergent is now put in these little pods. Now you take one of these pods, now it's not that hard, of course, to measure out some laundry soap and put that in the machine, but this is even simpler. You take the pod, you throw it in the machine, and this is perfect size for one load of laundry. Of course, on these pods, and we've all heard this, got to be careful to keep them out of the reach of kids because we don't want them eating it. It is still laundry detergent. But these pods have been one more way that laundry detergent has been revolutionized in this new age. But laundry soap keeps taking on other properties. I've got one here that has a lot of plant-based ingredients in it. So again, it makes it more environmentally friendly. Let's face facts. We want laundry detergent to get our clothing clean, to do it as inexpensively as possible because, frankly, none of us are wild about doing the laundry. These new detergents give us the ability to be more environmentally friendly. Less packaging, less water, that's all great. And because of the way they're made now, they're better for our bottom line. They work with our budget. That is a win-win for all of us. Are you in the dark about light bulbs? Now, the obvious answer to that is no. We all know what a light bulb is. Lord knows we've been using them and changing them our entire life. But light bulbs have actually changed radically over the past few years, and in ways that, first of all, I hope you understand, because you can make a real difference on your energy bill, and the costs are all different, but there's a reason for it. Let's start with this one here. Now, this is an appliance bulb. That's why it's a little small, but this is the traditional incandescent bulb. This is basically what Thomas Edison popularized back in the late 1800s, and the light bulb stayed an incandescent for most of the last century. That's a long run for a single little product. Here's the problem. If you've ever, and you've all done this, had to change one of these, you know you touch it and it is hot. It's hot because an incandescent bulb actually uses most of its energy and turns it into heat, not light. It's tremendously inefficient. The incandescent bulbs have started going away. Over about the last 20 years, we started seeing bulbs like this. They're sort of odd looking, the curlicue. This is called a compact fluorescent bulb. Now, let's start with the simplest thing. This bulb is about 5 times more efficient than that old incandescent. So it means your energy bill is going to come way down. And also, these bulbs last a whole lot longer. But fluorescent bulbs, whether they're in that long tube or they're in this compact fluorescent format, which, by the way, fits perfectly into an incandescent fixture, these bulbs are not quite as flexible. When you turn them on, you know this with a fluorescent bulb, they have to heat up before they reach all of their lighting. And sometimes there were people who didn't like the lighting they were getting from these CFLs. But the compact fluorescents, way more energy efficient, way better for your budget. But now we have moved to a whole new generation, and it's almost as if problems are getting solved as we go. This is an LED bulb. Now, LED is the newest bit on the market, and it's something that you probably see out there. You wonder, why does it cost so much more money? But an LED, or a light-emitting diode bulb, this is completely different. This bulb, yes, it'll cost more, but they're going to last you 10 or 15 years. You may put the bulb in and move out of your house before the bulb actually burns out. What's more, these bulbs are really flexible. They can do dimming. They can give the kind of light you want. They can do directional lighting. So we can do all kinds of things with our lighting that we never could do before. Yeah, it costs a lot more than those other bulbs, but this one is way more efficient. In fact, as we looked at some of the bulbs, we found some of those incandescents that would cost you about $5.50 a year to run. A CFL, the compact fluorescent, that would cost you about $1.50 a year to run that. This one barely costs $1. It is a way more efficient bulb. It is a whole new system. So Thomas Edison did something amazing when he created this back in the late 1800s. But think about it. We don't use a whole lot of technology from the late 1800s anymore, do we? Most of it has gone away. LEDs are the bulb, not just of the future, of the present. By buying them, they're going to last a long time, so it's going to save your money. And because they are so much more energy efficient, it's going to reduce your electric bill, and that's going to be a great win for all of us. We'll be back in a second with some more thoughts on how you can be a more economical and environmentally friendly shopper.
Squirrels know how to save. They have to. But people, they're a different story. Some try coupons or check apps for the lowest price. Some wait for the word SALE. Many people, however, know that the lowest prices without coupons or special sales come when they regularly buy store brands. Food, beverages, household, health and beauty. Your supermarket, drug chain or mass merchandiser has store brands with comparable ingredients, taste and performance to more expensive national brands. A family of 4 can save $1,500 a year, and you can squirrel that away for other things you need to buy. Store brands, the real way to save.
Welcome back. You know, I've heard it said that what makes a business a success is their ability to do more with less, to be more efficient. As shoppers, we can live by the same words. If we can find a way to do more with less, we can create less garbage. We can buy all the stuff we're currently buying. We can live the lives we currently have. But with a little bit of effort, we can do our part to help the environment along. Now, this means a lot to some shoppers. To others, they don't really care as much. But let me show you a couple simple things anyone could do. And in virtually every case, they'll save you some money and they'll be good for the environment. It starts with the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. All things that are easy to do, you can do them at home right away, and there are products in the store that will get you there. Let's start with Reduce. Now look, this is an item we buy all the time, sandwich bags, basic plastic bags. But if you look at this packaging, you'll notice it said it is made with 25% less plastic. So you're getting the same good product you've always gotten, but because it's made with a little bit less plastic, it's a little bit less waste, and okay, you bought the product you wanted, but you've done it in an environmentally friendly way. That was simple. If we look at things like reuse, and we all can do these things. A lot of us like to grab a cup of coffee in the morning or have a drink during the day. These are becoming really popular. Cups that we can use again and again and again. So we don't have to take a cup and throw it out each and every time. We have a cup, we wash it, we use it again. That's what you do to reuse. It's as simple as that. And look, our grandmothers have done this. Their grandmothers did it. When we get done cooking, if there's leftover food, what do we do with it? Have a lot of plastic containers in your house. You take your leftovers, and instead of using some sort of wrapping that you're going to use once and throw out, you use reusable containers. So you use them, you wash them, you use them again. I even know moms who send their kids off to school with these in a lunch bag. So instead of wasting that plastic bag each and every day, they put it in a reusable container, it comes back. Again, something our grandparents knew. You can do it today. Again, you're repurposing your leftovers, so that saves you money, and guess what? Good for the environment. Now here's an interesting item. This is a multi-purpose cleanser. We all have this in our homes, but this one is plant-based. Here's why that matters. Plant-based materials have a better carbon footprint. So what it means is when you're out in the aisles and you're shopping, whether it's for cleansers, you can do this, we talked about it on laundry soaps. If you can find something that's plant-based, it's a little bit nicer for the environment. You get the same cleaning power, but you get a little bit of a win-win there. Well, that's another episode of Shopping with Michael. I hope the tips we shared today will help you become a smarter shopper, will help us lead to a better environment, cleaner laundry, and a brighter life all around. See you on an upcoming episode of Shopping with Michael.